Hi guys, today I'll show you how to make Sukuti. This is jerky. This jerky recipe is very close to jerky from West Africa. It's called Quanta. For this recipe, I'm using about 4 pounds of beef sirloin tip roast. You can also use lean beef, leaner the better. Since the tip roast has a little bit of a fat in the middle, I'm going to trim it as I go. Take a piece of paper towel and start dabbing the meat. Just catch all the moisture as much as you can. Turn it over and repeat the process. Cut the meat into long strips and cut it against the grain. So the thickness of the meat depends on your liking. So I prefer thicker cut. You can also make it thinner. The ideal size for the dehydrator would be 1/2 inch thick meat so that it dehydrates perfectly. Well, this meat looks a little bit thicker, so I'm going back and cutting into thinner strips. So I'm cutting it into 1/2 inch thick. Meat is ready. It's cut into 1/2 inch thick cut. Now let's marinate the meat. So for about 4 pounds of meat, I'm using 1 tablespoon of salt, or salt according to your taste, 1/2 tablespoon of cumin powder, 1/2 tablespoon of chili pepper powder, and 1/2 tablespoon of turmeric powder. Now the turmeric powder is totally optional. And the next, I'm using juice of ginger and garlic. I have coarsely chopped these ginger and garlic so that I can squeeze and juice it out. So I'm using only the juice. Well, the reason I'm doing this is because you don't want to bite into chunks of ginger and garlic when it's ready. Now mix all the ingredients and coat the spices in the meat. See how each piece of meat is coated in spices. Now we're ready to move on to the next step. I'm using a dehydrator to dry this meat. You can also dehydrate the meat in the oven. So this dehydrator is used for jerky and fruits and vegetables. So what you do is you take the bottom sheet and make sure you have this plain sheet at the very bottom to catch any drippings. And then you put on the first layer, start lining the meat. You can tightly pack it because it is going to shrink to 1/3 of a size when it's ready. If you are dehydrating in the oven, take a baking sheet, line it with a sheet of parchment paper, arrange the meat, put it in the oven at 165 degrees for 10 to 12 hours. All the marinated meat is perfectly arranged in the dehydrator trays, covered with a dehydrator lid. Select the jerky option. Plug it in and let it sit for 12 hours. I like to do it at night, so the next morning my beef jerky would be ready. This is how it's supposed to look like when it's fully dehydrated. This meat has been dehydrating for 12 hours, and when you break it, it's still pink on the inside and dry on the outside. This savory, flavorful, meaty snack is ready for munching. I hope you like this Sukuti or jerky recipe. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Eat healthy and be happy. Bye-bye.